Hello, everyone, and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. My name is Etrulia Troy Lee. I am a holistic nutritionist, and I'm also an anti-aging specialist and age reversal specialist. That's what I specialize in. And today's topic is going to be all about the role that sleep, or the lack thereof, can play in your health, especially as you begin to age. We all want to get older. We want to be on the earth a long time, but we certainly don't want to be old and decrepit and not able to do a lot of things because we didn't take care of ourselves or didn't pay attention to what could have been done to help us age better. So I hope this video will be helpful to you. Before we get started, it would be wonderful if you would just hit the subscribe button. I do drop a new video every Tuesday on Transformation Tuesday so you can live well, age well, and be well. So let's dive into tonight's topic, which is the role of sleep. I do have some studies here that I want to tell you about regarding sleep. So I'm going to make sure I have my second set of eyes right here so I can absolutely read the numbers correctly off of the studies. So, ladies and gentlemen, the lack of sleep has been associated with such chronic diseases as dementia, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and even Alzheimer's. Yes, I said it, Alzheimer's, by not getting the proper amount of sleep. Now, what is the proper amount of sleep? Experts agree that between 7 to 8 hours is the ideal amount of sleep that you should be getting each and every night in order to guard your health. Now, I know for a lot of us, as we age, our sleeping patterns start to become disrupted and we're not getting quality sleep. But it is absolutely critical that you take the time to manage your sleep better and make sure that it's helping you age well. And even if you need to see a physician, hopefully they will not put you on any type of medication. That's not the route that is preferred to go. But we have to do something to make sure that we are sleeping better. So let's look at what some of the studies tell us. As I said, sleeping less than 7 hours per night or less than 6 hours per night is associated with poor health. So one study, they found that after just one night of partially deprived sleep, participants showed signs of deterioration in the cell's growth and division cycle. Now, that's important because our cells are growing and dividing all the time. And if they're not growing and dividing properly, that's when disease can set in. So, here they reported that these findings suggest a link between sleep deprivation to the molecular processes associated with biological aging, suggesting that insufficient sleep may increase the risk of chronic disease by activating the molecular pathways that drive biological aging. Now, folks, that's huge. And the thing that impressed me, that was impressed upon me with this study, is that was just one night of sleep deprivation. Suppose you're not sleeping well for weeks or months or years on end. Imagine how much that is beginning to accumulate in your body, allowing your body to be ripe for different diseases. So that to me was absolutely amazing. Now, another study involved 50,000 participants in both clinical settings and the wider population suggests that disturbances of sleep and long sleep duration, that means if you're starting to sleep 10 hours a day, they're both related to increases in blood markers of inflammation. Now, inflammation is what happens when you injure yourself and the body rushes, white blood cells there to make sure they take care of the inflammation. But there's something else called whole body inflammation. And whole body inflammation is said to be the number one cause of death because at the root of all diseases in the body is whole body inflammation. So if you are not getting enough sleep and your inflammation markers are going up, your risk of disease is also going up as well. So that's why that inflammation piece is really important. And by the way, next week we're going to talk about whole body inflammation and why it's important that you know just what your inflammation score is in your body, which can be done by a simple blood test. Okay, now another study said that dementia-related brain changes can be linked to regularly sleeping less than 6 hours per night and may begin in middle age. And they called middle age 45, by the way. So a study was done with 600 participants who reported their typical sleep duration, and an MRI was completed on the brain when they entered the study at about 45 years of age. They had their MRIs done 5 years later and compared the two groups of people, with those who slept 6 to 8 hours per night and the brains of short sleepers. The brains of short sleepers had a greater concentration of white matter hyperintensities, which is a hardening of arteries in the brain, which have been linked to stroke and vascular dementia. So that's another study. Now, some studies suggest that poor sleep contributes to abnormal levels of beta amyloid protein in the brain, which in turn, and folks hear me, leads to the amyloid plaques found in the Alzheimer's brain. So they're saying that a lack of sleep can also be one of the causes of Alzheimer's. And folks, again, we all want to age well. We want to be on the planet as long as God allows us. But folks, we don't want to lose our minds, right? We want to be able to have our memories, because your memories are what really make you you. So the fact that this lack of sleep has been linked to possible this amyloid protein, beta protein, that can start to create these plaques in your brain, I think we would all agree that sleep is important if we want to age well. So if you're getting less than 7 hours of sleep, good quality sleep per night, here are some suggestions or some tips that have been shown to improve your quality of sleep. Tip number one, set a schedule. Folks, you need to be going to bed about the same time every single night and waking up about the same time every morning. When your body gets put on a schedule, it is much easier to fall asleep and much easier to wake up feeling refreshed. So, first tip, set a schedule. Now, we all are going to get on schedule off the weekends. I know that happens. I got off schedule myself this weekend because I went out to an event. But for most nights, at least 6 nights per week, if you can, set your clock to make sure you're going to bed at the same time every night. Now, once you're in your bedroom, hopefully you have a good mattress and a decent pillow that is going to help you sleep well. Everybody's need is different in terms of whether they like a soft mattress or a hard mattress, but find a mattress that works best for you so you can get the best sleep for your body in terms of what makes you comfortable in the bed. Now, your bedroom should be completely dark. I recommend using room blackout shades, not darkening shades, but blackout shades. Those are the kinds they have in hotels. You go to a lot of hotels, you'll see that big white heavy shade that comes across. Well, that's a blackout shade. And what that does is black out all the light in the room. The darker the room, the better you are going to sleep. And here's why. When you close your eyelids, that sends a signal to the brain, if the room is dark, if it's dark, to release a hormone called melatonin. Now, melatonin is responsible for what helps to lull you to sleep. So if there is too much light in your room, your eyelids do not get the signal that it's dark outside and to start producing melatonin. So it's important that your brain gets that signal to say, hey, I need to start producing melatonin so this body can come to rest. Now, when I say a dark room, that includes not only the blackout shades, but if you have a TV in your room, there's probably a little red light that may be right under that TV. You want to cover that at night. If you have an alarm clock that is emitting blue or red light in the room, you need to find a way to get that alarm clock out of the room so it's not making the room light with all of this, light that's coming in from the appliances or the gadgets, whatever else you have, your cell phone, etc. Turn it off at night. You need the room as dark as possible. The darker the room, the more melatonin your body is going to produce to help you sleep well. Very important. Now, before you go to bed, you want to turn off your cell phone, your TV, or your computer at least 1 hour before it's time for you to sleep. Why is this important? Because these devices emit a blue light that tells our brains, hey, it's still daytime. It's still time for us to be up and to be busy. And when you turn off those appliances or those gadgets and then try to go right to sleep, your body is still thinking it's daytime. So you want to begin to, like the normal sleep cycle, we usually don't go from noon to dark immediately, right? It starts to get darker gradually as the lights are turned down on the earth. And the same way, we need to gradually start decreasing our light in our homes, as well as getting away from the screen. So that's why that is important, that you regularly set a schedule to do that. Caffeine, whether it's soda, coffee, tea, Red Bull, energy drink, or chocolate, which I happen to love chocolate, all of that contains caffeine, of course, in different amounts. You should try to have your last hit of caffeine at least 6 to 8 hours before bedtime. So if you're trying to go to bed at 11, you should not have any caffeine probably after the hour of 3 o'clock if you're going to bed at 11. So no evening caffeine, whatever, not even a bit of chocolate, because you want to have that caffeine already have processed in your body. Super important not to have any caffeine 8 hours before bedtime. Also, that evening cocktail that some of us like to indulge in, whether it be wine or a mixed drink or beer, etc. While wine can help you relax or alcohol can help you relax, it really is a stimulant. And what they have found is that if you're drinking alcohol too close to bedtime, then you can get lulled to sleep, but you will also probably wake up in the middle of the night and disrupt your sleep. So if you want to have a cocktail when you first come home from work, that's one thing, but to have it too close to bedtime is not a good idea. Okay. So those are some of the tips to help you get a better night's sleep. I think I went through all of the tips that I wrote down. Now, one of the things I didn't say, your last meal. Your last meal should be at least 3 hours before you intend to go to bed. Don't eat any closer than 3 hours when it's time for you to go to sleep. Your body needs to rest. And if it's busy digesting that meal that you ate at 10 o'clock and now you're going to bed at 11, your body is still having to work and we want the body to rest. So some people suggest that you eat your biggest meal of the day at breakfast, then a little less at lunch, and your smallest meal should be at dinner. I know that's not the American way. We usually have our biggest meal at dinner often, but if you can, try to flip that. And even if you can't, try not to have your last meal no more than 3 hours before bedtime. So, what can you do to help your body sleep better, right? Well, let's start with supplements, in terms of something that you can actually take. We've already gone over some of those tips in terms of your sleeping environment and other things. So, supplements, the number one supplement to help you sleep better is melatonin. That is number one supplement soul, because that's something that your body produces naturally. We've already talked about when it's dark, your body can produce melatonin supplements. The challenge with melatonin supplements is that they're all over the place because the supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA. There's no telling what's in your melatonin supplement, whether it's a little bit of melatonin, whether it's mainly a sugar pill. We just don't know. I would say over half of the people that I talk with say their melatonin supplement did not do a whole lot of good for their body. So while melatonin is something that can help, you have to really search to find the best melatonin supplement for your body that really works for your body and in a dosage that really works. So melatonin is good, but it's finding a good melatonin. I personally have not found a good melatonin supplement, but I have found something that I'm getting ready to share with you that produces melatonin naturally in your body, and that's just super exciting. As a matter of fact, why don't I just go ahead and share that right now? So what I have found that works like a charm is this patch. It's produced by LifeWave and it's called Silent Nights. And folks, this is a non-transdermal patch. And by non-transdermal, what I mean by that is it does not put anything into your skin or body. So I have it on my hand right now, and I have it on my hand because it's getting ready to be evening time, and I'm getting ready to wind down, and I want a little extra melatonin to get my evening started. So this little patch is. It looks like a bandage basically, and you can see that I just peeled it off there just like a little bandage. And again, there's no melatonin on this patch. There is nothing on this patch whatsoever. Looks like this little bandage here. But what it is it operates on the process of what's called phototherapy. And phototherapy can be likened to when you go out in the sun, right? The sun hits your skin. And what does the sun do when it hits your skin other than give you a suntan? It signals your body to produce vitamin D. You don't take anything. You just simply, the sun's light activates certain light wavelengths on your body, inside your body, to produce that vitamin C. Well, this is how this phototherapy works, because we are light. You've heard of infrared goggles, right? Where they can see the outline of your body heat signature. That heat from our body is a form of light. And when you place this patch on, and it bumps up against this little crystal lattice that's in the center of the patch, the heat from your body signals certain light wavelengths that drive back into your skin, and it naturally produces melatonin in your body. absolutely incredible. And the research bears it out that your levels of melatonin goes out, as well as tons of testimonials for people who are now getting a better night's sleep without any supplements added, without any additional routines added. This is just a little miracle as far as I'm concerned to help you get better sleep. Now they do recommend you put it on certain points in your body, like either on your forehead, behind your ear. You can put it on your foot. Sometimes I just begin by just sticking it right on my hand, especially if I'm doing a seminar, and so people can see what that actually is. So again, it's by LifeWave. I'll leave a link below if you want to get more information on this, and I can show you how to get it at a discount as well. But it's absolutely the most effective thing that I've seen that can help people with sleep. Now, you also have substances like teas, like herbal teas, chamomile, lavender, lemon balm, valerian root. All of those help as well. The problem with those is for some people, drinking a cup of tea before they go to bed means they're going to be getting up at night and taking a bathroom run. And if you want the best quality sleep, you should have stopped drinking liquids, 3 hours before bedtime or so. So you can try those, and those may help you as well get a good night's sleep with those supplements. But if you want to be supplement free and something that has been proven to work to produce melatonin in your body, I highly recommend this Silent Night patch. Absolutely incredible. So I hope this helps you to get a better night's sleep. I hope you take seriously how the lack of sleep contributes to aging more rapidly, as well as contributes to diseases in your body. So next week we're going to talk about inflammation. We hit on it a little bit tonight, but we're going to talk about whole body inflammation, what it is, and how that contributes to diseases as well, and what you can do to cut the inflammation in your body. So this is Dr. Troy Lee signing off, saying live well, age well, and be well. And I'll see you next week. Blessings. Bye-bye.